Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna play some cash, probably a 2-5. For now, we're gonna go have some fun. It's St. Patty's Day, March Madness, Vegas weekend is gonna be very popular this weekend, so time to go have some fun. You ready?
Yeah.
We're wearing green, but I feel really underdressed. Look at this place. Today is no longer St. Patty's Day. Surprise, surprise, our brilliant plan to go to a bar and play beer pong in the middle of the day did not result in us playing any more poker that night. But we're back today. We're hopping in the 1100 Wynn tournaments. Love the Wynn. Right back there, across the bridge. Why do we love the Wynn? Why do us poker players love the Wynn? Well, the staff is great. It just is a lovely environment. They actually care about the players, etc., etc., so it's awesome. March Madness always brings a lot of good action to the poker room, so we're kicking it off with this tournament, and we're gonna play as much as possible, as many hours as possible, and pick up a piece of that action. All right, let's get in there, jump into it. I waste no time getting involved in this tournament when Under the Gun opens to 900, Hijack makes the call, and I look down at Ace-King offsuit on the button. Easy squeeze spot for me, especially because already the Hijack has been really wild and I want to get him heads up. I make it 3,200 to go, both opponents make the call. Three ways, flop comes down Jack, 5, deuce, rainbow. When it checks to me, I'm gonna take a stab at this one. Pretty dry flop. I bet 3,500. Neither of them are impressed though. They both make the call, and it's three ways once again to a turn, which is the 7 of clubs. When they check it to me, I'm gonna slow down and check it back. The river is an offsuit 6, so we don't improve. Most likely not gonna win this one. Under the Gun leads out for 6,500. And when Hijack makes the call, I have an easy fold. And Under the Gun shows top set of jacks. Nice hand. Woo. Shortly after that, Under the Gun opens once again to 900, and I'm on the button with 9-8 of diamonds. Beautiful hand, I'm gonna be flicking in the call. Both blinds come along as well, so 4 ways to a flop of 9, 5, deuce, rainbow. Flop ourselves top pair, pretty bad kicker, but when Under the Gun bets 1,300, I have a really easy call. Both blinds toss in their cards to fold, and we go heads up to a turn, which comes the King of Diamonds. So we turn a flush draw to go along with our pair. Under the Gun continues, he bets 2,400. Easy decision, I make the call. The river is a brick, comes a deuce of hearts. This time, Under the Gun thinks for a little while longer and finally lands on a check. I'm gonna check this one back. I think it's probably a little too thin to go for value with my little 8 kicker. And he starts shaking his head. I save him the pain by turning over my hand. He mucks his cards and we win a medium-sized pot. The low jack kicks off this hand with a raise to 1,000. Cutoff, who's allergic to folding, makes the call. And I look down in the small blind at Ace-King offsuit. So we pick up a premium, easy squeeze spot. I make it 5K to go. Low jack, cutoff, both come along. So I'm hoping to flop at Ace or King, make my life really easy, and the dealer obliges. He puts out King 8-5, 2 diamonds and a club. Toss out a little C bet of 5K, just the low jack comes along. The turn is a 7 of spades. Easy all in for me. I go all in for my last 10K. Low jack, snap calls me off with pocket 9s. So we just have to dodge a 6 or a 9 on this river and we get a full double up, which we do. We hold. The Queen of Hearts hits the river, we double up, and our stack is trending in the right direction. The villain in this next hand is playing the name game with us. So he said he had a kind of a weird name, and I guess that's how this all started, but the entire table spent probably 3 levels trying to guess his name. I'm gonna give you the clues he gave us. 6 letters, ends in a Y, and it's pretty rare name. He said you most likely haven't met somebody else with this name. And it is the first half of an international brand that we would know. So those are our clues, and we spent 3 levels trying to figure this out. Oh, also, this is the guy playing every hand. So he opens the low jack to 1,400. I'm in the cutoff with ace, queen of hearts. Definitely want to be getting heads up with this guy as much as possible. I make it 4,200. He calls. The flop comes out king 6 deuce with 2 diamonds. When he checks to me, I see bet 3,500 and he does not fold. He makes the call. Turn comes an ace of clubs. He checks it over to me once again, and this is a card I'm gonna be barreling even if I don't have it, and with the double flush draw out there, I'm gonna be betting this pretty big. So I bet 12,000. He pretty quickly folds what he claims to be an underpair. If you somehow already managed to guess this guy's name, consider yourself a genius because it took us a long time. Anyway, if you wanna know what it was Harley. All right, blinds are up. Now it's 300, 600 with a 600 ante. I raise it up from the low jack with pocket fives to 1,200. And the cutoff decides to wake up with a little 3-bet. He makes it 3,800 to go. He hasn't played too many spots this aggressively, but I got a pocket pair and we're deep enough that I can profitably make this call. So I flick in the call. The dealer puts out 6-6 deuce 2 diamonds. Not a bad flop for my little pair of fives. I check it over to him and he only bets 1,200 on this flop. So I toss in the matching chips. We both see the turn, which comes down to 3 of spades. I check it over to him and I barely finish checking before he grabs enough chips to bet 8,000 this time. Really ramping up the bet size on this turn, and something just feels like he has a value hand that he is starting to get a little worried about with some draws that come in, I guess, with the 3. I don't know, it didn't feel great, so I just folded my pair of fives, even though I turned to gutter. Moving on to the next one. All right, and this one, low jack is looking to get involved, so he raises to 1,500. Small blind comes along, and I'm in the big blind with jack 4 clubs. All right, sure, let's see a flop. Comes down queen, queen 5 with 2 clubs. So we flop a flush draw, checks around to the pre-flop raiser, who continues for 2,000. Small blind folds, I'm coming along, I flick in the 2K, and both of us see the turn, which is the 8 of clubs. We bank it on the turn, hit that flush. I check it over to him and he checks this one back. The river is a king of clubs. So all of a sudden it's 4 flush on the board, but we have the second nuts essentially. I'm going to get some value from any queen that he might have pot controlled on the turn, any king potentially if he has a worse club. I'm going to get value from those hands. So I bet 6,000 into 9. He doesn't take too long before folding and we take it down. The first level after break is pretty uneventful, and then in the next blind level at 501K, we get dealt ace queen offsuit on the button. So I make it 2,200 to go. Small blind makes the call, and the big blind, same guy that I played the fives hand against, comes in with a 3-bet. He makes it 8,300. So I'm about 44 blinds deep to start this hand, and they both cover me. Man, you guys, against most players, I'm at least calling, and against some players, I'm even 4-bet shoving this. Against this guy, he didn't even 3-bet me with jacks earlier. I don't know, just am not happy with ace queen offsuit in the spot. Button versus the blinds. This is how tight the guy was being. And even based on, you know, if you really pay attention to the table, you can pick up on certain things that opponents are commenting on or their reactions to showdown. And his reactions to certain hands getting there on the river, even in hands I'm not involved in, I just noticed that he had a tendency to think that some people were playing too loose, which means that he's probably playing a little too tight. So yeah, ace queen offsuit, I just mucked it. Not happy. It took me a while to finally fold. Small blind folded as well, and he did let me get a peek at least one card, which was cool.
Look at one.
This one. A queen, okay. Were they the same?
They weren't the same color.
Pretty confident he had 2 queens under there. If he schooled me with ace queen, hats off to him, but I just have to go with my read on the situation and play the player. And in this situation, I believe a fold was the right play. All right, moving on, we get queen 4 of diamonds in the cutoff. So I'm gonna raise this one up. I might even raise a little lighter than this with these particular people in the blinds. So this one I normally open anyway, no matter who's in the blinds, but with these guys, I'm gonna be opening this one. So I make it 2,200, button calls. He's a vlog watcher and we've been chatting a little bit. He's getting after it. He's not too tight or anything. The big blind comes along. So 3 ways, we go to a flop, which comes down king 5-4 with 2 clubs. Flopping bottom pair in a 3-way pot here with no sort of backdoors potential. Not looking too great, even though we have a pair. So when the big blind checks, I'm gonna check as well. Button does the same, so all 3 of us go to a turn, which is the deuce of clubs. Big blind leads here for 2,400, pretty small bet. Even though the board is a little dicey for us, I think it's at least worth one call here. So I toss in a call, and When the button comes along as well, I'm pretty confident we're dust here. So fingers crossed that somehow a 4 hits the river. The river comes a queen of spades, however. So we river 2 pair and, you know, our prospects are looking a lot better. But the big blind bets again, and this time he goes massive. He goes 12K into 15K. Now, if you guys don't play tournaments normally, 12K into 15 might not seem that big. In a cash game, this could probably be pretty standard. In a tournament, 3 ways, it's a pretty big bet. So with 2 pair, and I think this guy in particular was playing pretty carefully, and he always had the nuts. That doesn't mean he has the nuts here, but he always had it. We were starting to kind of make fun of him a little bit for just always having it. Anyway, in this spot, I don't think 2 pair is good enough. Even though it looks like a great river, I don't know if it's good enough. I eventually laid it down. Button thinks for a really long time. He also doesn't feel great about his hand, and he calls. So we get to see the cards at least. Big blind shows King Knight of Clubs. So he had a beautiful flop and turn. He has a second nut flush, and the button looks really frustrated and flips over ace 3 offsuit. So he turned a wheel. So we were really far behind in 3rd place. Happy I got to see the showdown. Lose a little bit to our stack, on to the next one. I tried to get one through with Jack 10 offsuit and cutoff, opened it up to 2,200. Same guy that keeps 3-betting me. He's only 3-betting me. He makes it 6,600 in the small blind. Now, from this video, you probably think that this guy is a machine just 3-betting all the time, but these are hours apart, you know? So, and it just so happens it's when I open. Anyway, I fold.
You just know.
He flips over, pocket queens. Again? We hover around the same stack size. Nothing is really going our way. Rampage sits down at my table and clowns on me for my iPhone 11 and kind of tells me, it's only one of these buy-ins to upgrade your phone. Anyway, thanks Ethan for the tip. In this one is the last hand before dinner break. I already have all my stuff put away. Under the gun opens to 2,400. I have ace king offsuit in the cutoff and only 32 big blinds or so. I 3-bet to 7,500. And my good old friend, who's only 3-bet me at the table, just snap jams. He snap 4-bet jams from the small blind for 41K. He has me slightly covered. Under the gun fold. So now it's back to me. How could I fold this spot? I have ace king, I have 32 bigs, and this guy again is going after me. And he's shown it once. The other 2 times I'm not sure. I couldn't find it in me to fold, so I stick in the rest of my chips. And small blind just has pocket aces. He really just did have it every single time. He has ace of clubs, ace of spades, 2 black aces, the prettiest pair of aces ever against my ace king. We don't get a miracle on the board run out. Our ace king goes up in flames, and well done, sir. You just happen to have it every time. That's just how it goes sometimes in tournaments. I'm out of there. I get to have as long a dinner break as I want. And that's another tournament in the books. In for 1,100, out for a big old goose egg. All right, even though the tournament didn't go our way this weekend, I do have some exciting news to share with you guys. Another sort of milestone that we passed is this channel has 20,000 subscribers. That's insane. You guys are blowing my mind. It's 20,000 subscribers, 20 videos. I really can't thank you guys enough for your support. Because of you following along and watching these videos, I was able to hire my little sister full-time. She is the editor on all these videos, but she was working a little side job, so I was able to hire her full-time so that she could quit that and do what she loves, which is to edit videos. We get to work together on the graphics, building out the production, just improving this channel all the time. So thank you very much for all your support. If you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure to do so, because in the next few weeks, in the next couple of months, I should say, there's a lot coming up. Next week, we're going to be at the WPT at the Hard Rock Hollywood. You know what I mean, the big guitar-shaped casino down in Florida. We're gonna be there for the 3,500 WPT main, and any side events after that, should we bust the main. Maybe we'll get into some fun cash games down there. I'm really excited. I haven't played there in a few years because of COVID, etc. So excited to play down there. One last thing. I started a thread over in the CardsChat forum. CardsChat is a website where you can talk all things poker. I'm an ambassador for them. But basically, this thread is gonna be how many hours I played, how much I won or lost that week, what I'm studying, what were the interesting hands that I played during those sessions, especially if they didn't make the vlog. Also be posting my schedule, you know, where I'm gonna be in the next week or the next month. A lot of information will be in that thread. If you're interested, go ahead and check that out over at CardsChat. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Good luck at whatever you're playing this week, and I will catch you in the next vlog. Bye.